installment of the Yellow Corner as we bring you yet another match preview with Sundowns as the mighty Brazilians will be traveling to Dobsonville on Tuesday night to take on La Masia in the last 32 of the Nedbank Cup. Raps, how's it?
Ke nje fela ke mkhathala fela le voice ka re batla go vaya bataki mnate.
What happened to your voice?
Hey man, last night we had to shout and scream unzanzeka mona, so voice yaka evayile felletse o yena go fela.
We're just shouting and screaming to Zanzeka because yeah, no, you guys wanted to do things to Zanzeka last night. But yeah, speaking of that match, what are your thoughts on the game, Ronald Pirates?
I think the first 10 minutes, I think Pirates started quite well, but after the 50th minutes, I think Sano started playing very well, but I'm not happy with the chances that we created. I felt that we could have created more. We could have advanced with the ball more to the final third and supply our offensive players. But defensively, I think it was a new partnership of Lebusa and Lunga, and Lebusa played on the right center back, which is not his position, but he did very well, and as well as Lungu to come and play such a big game without playing previously. I think we have done pretty well because of obviously we missed our regular players, but I think first game of the season of the year, also coming from the AFCON break, I think a point that I'll take it as much as I wanted to win, but if you have to consider a lot of factors around our team in terms of the preparation, missing players and all, I think I'll take a point, man. And also I'll take a point because of the gap between number 1 and number 2, and we still have a lot of games coming up next.
It was a rubbish football match. In all honesty, I've not watched it on TV. Obviously, we're shooting this very early because of a family commitment. So we're shooting this very early. We haven't had the chance to watch it on TV. But from the stadium, watching it at the stadium, it was a rubbish football match. But it is to be understood. First game of the year, after not playing for over 6 weeks or so, we didn't have the guys that normally play, so we lacked that fluidity. Not the guys, certain players that normally play. So it is to, I'm saying it was a rubbish match, but I understand why it was rubbish, and I think we only played better when we relaxed and didn't rush things. My favorite moment, that game yesterday, there was a moment where we won the ball back, and Allende was on the right in our own half, close to Coach Hulani on the bench, and Allende wanted to either play a progressive pass or progress with the ball, and we hadn't played well for a few minutes, and Coach Hulani told him to cool it down, to relax. We knocked the ball, we had a couple of touches, and then ended up having a big chance. I guess I'll like a chance here, so yeah, man. But like you said, everything that you said, I fully concur, man. Who's the one player that really, which players impressed you? Because for now, I thought Divine was brilliant. First few minutes he was so he played a couple of back passes to Ronwen that Ronwen didn't quite like, but after that he got into the hang of it. Mbule came on, and I thought Mbule was brilliant, man. That triple high, the one thing that he did constantly, he would receive facing our own goals, trip it and face forward. So I thought it was impressive, as well as Matthias. Oh, by the way, before I forget, Ribeiro needs to stop this thing of his, man. He needs to release the ball on time at times, man. I understand when, as a striker, you at times you selfish in terms of how you try high up, like in goal scoring opportunities. I understand, man. But there are times where he hangs on to the ball for way too long in areas where he should be passing. Sometimes playing a pass gets us quicker to goal than trying to do it on your own. He's been doing this I gave him a free intro in the first half of the season, but he's clearly continuing with it. It's nonsense that he needs to be told or he needs to stop it, man. You can't. You do it once, we let it go. You do it twice, 3 times in one game. He needs to stop that, Ribeiro, man. Well.
Yeah, and I think Lebusa and Divine, I think they did very well. I think Lebusa played on the right, but he was able to receive the balls from our goalkeeper, and he managed to find the players in the middle, as well as Divine. I think he won a couple of challenges. He was tight where he needed to be tight, and also he spoke about Mbula. I think Mbula, when he came on, I think he helped us to switch play, and also you know that Mbule can eliminate players by turning and facing the opponents, like you have said, and also can find that pass. So I think, and the new Matthias, I think first game against Orlando Pirates, I think he did a good. So I'm looking forward to seeing him more playing. And speaking about Ribeiro, I think he needs to trust his teammates. I think he needs to share the ball with his teammates, and I believe he's capable of eliminating players, but I think sometimes eliminating one is enough because of it can leave a gap, and we can try exploit that gap by passing into the space and getting chances, man.
Yeah, perhaps we are playing 3 cup competitions at the same time. We focusing on the league, the CAF Champions League, as well as the now Nedbank Cup. Do you think we'll see a lot of rotation, or we won't see much of it? Because remember, beginning of this season, Coach Udani said when he looked back at last season, he feels a rotation Yona at some stage because it takes away the fluidity of the team. Do you think, having said that, do you think he will play the same players in a lot of games?
I think this season he will be forced to make a couple of changes in certain games. I believe last season there was no a CAF break. We managed to play in December and in January, and this season there was a CAF break and a couple of our players are injured, and also the fatigue coming from the AFCON. So I think the changes that Roland will make, I think they will be forced because of the missing players, because of injuries, and also trying to rest them because of you want them in a good shape. So I think if there are changes, I think there will be forced changes because of the AFCON break and also injuries, and trying to relax or give other players a break who were at AFCON.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think as much as he'd wanna continue playing a similar team or same players, he'd be forced because of circumstances to rotate into the game, because we have 2 games in hand. The deeper we go in the Nedbank Cup, it means more games, and I don't think he'd wanna overload the players, So I think there will be changes here and there. We are playing a team coached by a former Chiba United coach, Dane Glade, and I think in his last game in the league he faced us before Chiba fired him. And in that game, that guy played the most defensive, that was not a low block. I do not know what to describe it as. Do you think he will do the same in this match, or he will go for it? Because I think you do that, you invite Sundowns, they score 1 goal, you're now forced to attack, you open, they end the game. Do you think he will play that super deep low block that he played when we played cheap?
It is difficult to answer. I think if he plays that deep block, once they concede maybe the first 10 minutes, that means he has to restructure his team and change the shape of the team. But if he's a little bit more brave. I believe if they don't get a goal, but at least these players will play to their strength, and they will be able to express themselves, and they will have the more little bit better in certain moments. Because of, if it's too deep, it will be difficult for his offensive players to have the ball and try to get to the box of Mamelodi Sundowns. So I believe he needs to tell his players to enjoy themselves, but also if they need to defend, I think they must defend and help the team. But I think having a low block against Mamelodi Sundowns, I think, and also they might be tired because of they will be chasing the ball the entire 90 minutes. So I think Lena is in between in terms of how to approach this game, man.
They currently 10th on the log in the National First Division. They definitely not playing for promotion. They are unlikely to get relegated. Now, what do you expect from them? Do you think they will give it their all and try shock Sundowns?
Because of you are playing a team that haven't lost against a lower division team, I think it will be difficult for them to be the first team in the lower league to defeat Mamelodi Sundowns. But I think for him, I think the instruction will be just go out there and enjoy yourselves. Because of defeating Mamelodi Sundowns, I think it is impossible for them. The only thing that might be positive from them, I think, it is enjoying themselves and being able to express themselves, and certain players getting the exposure to play against a big team like Mamelodi Sundowns. I think those are the positives that may come from La Masia.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree. I think this will be more about learning for them than anything, like the players get, that 90 minutes, you can learn so much playing such a quality side like Sundowns. And what do you expect? What do you want to see from Sundowns? Because from my side, I would love to see us scoring goals in this match. We haven't scored in the last 3 games. I think we've scored only 1 goal. So I'd love us to create more chances and be more clinical in front of goal. That's all I'm asking for. I want the strikers out. I'm gonna start Ribeiro initially because I want them to get back that goal scoring into a feeling, like you don't want it to go away for way too long and then they start doubting themselves, because it happens. Well, players think like that, like when things are not going their way, they start doubting themselves and putting pressure on themselves, and now they start making easy things become difficult. So I would love to see us creating a lot of chances and our strikers taking those chances.
I think for us, I think we need to respect the fixture. As much as we are playing a team from a lower division, but we need to respect the fixture. I think our players, they know what at stake, and also you want to score early and relax a little bit. But because of, if you take time to score or you don't get a goal maybe the first 45 minutes, I think it might be difficult for us to get the second goal in the second half. So you want to score early in the first half, and players so that they could enjoy themselves. And you spoke about Shalulile and Ribeiro. I think this is the perfect game for them to get in the score sheet. I think they need a goal, both of them, so that their confidence uplift when we go into big games in the upcoming fixtures, man.
Lineups, are you going first?
I'll start. I'll have Riyad Peters as my goalkeeper. I'll have Dunyel as my right back. Then my centre backs, I'll have Breno Nyango, Lungu. Then my left back, I'll have Buchuel. Then in the midfield, I'll have Mbule and Kulisi. Then in front of them, I'll have Ribeiro, Lodge, Serino. Then up front, I'll go with Shalulile.
Okay. I'll have Onyango. I think he'll start because he was on the bench giving up Pirates. I'll have Dunyelwa. I'll have the hook, as well as Divine and play Musa at left back. And then my midfield will be Obas with Mbule and Mayema. And then my front three will be Gaston, Shalulile and Ribeiro. Score prediction?
I think we'll win. I think 3-0.
I think it will be a 5-0 drubbing. Yeah, that's it, Masandawana. That's our installment of the Yellow Corner. Next time you will see us will be on Thursday when we bring you the preview of our away trip to Mauritania as we face Nwadibo in the CAF Champions League on Saturday. Until then, Shap Masandawana.
Shap Masandawana, Shap Aizu.